got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. Waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I said I woke up in the morning, now I got the key. I gotta wake up, be all I can be. Then I be online, I call up all my friends. I feel a me some time for the everyday win. And then I hop on the train, success express. Put the cash out and I'm feeling so. I got that money on my mind, and now it's time to go. Jiggy, and you know I'm about to blow. Here we go, I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. Waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win.
I got the key, they let me in. Waking up, everyday win. It's your man EDWIN. Y'all know what it is. Another day. We get another day, y'all. It's another day to win. Today, special day is Thrive Thursday. I got my man, the King Motivator, here in the building with me. He gonna be on about quarter into the hour, and you know what? He got some major information to share. But I'm gonna get right into my topic because it's very, very important. Because when he gets on, he gonna knock it over the Raptors. Where we come from in Houston, we got a place called the Minute Maid Park. And a few years ago, I think we saw it being built. And, it was the first time we saw a baseball stadium that got a dome. They got a roof on the top of it, so when it rains, because it does rain in Houston, that we won't get wet. And, but when it's sunshine, it opens up. And one time I was in a mascot costume with this brother on stage, and I was hot as hell underneath that mascot. He's sitting there laughing and giggling. I'm sitting there in the mascot saying, man, I still got 30 minutes to go. And it's hot as hell in the Minute Maid Park. We on the baseball field. I'm talking about with the roof open, hot in the middle of the summer with 97.9 the box. And man, it was amazing because I look back at the video and I'm saying, the stuff that me and this brother have accomplished in 20-something, 30 years. Yeah, we still looking good because black don't crack. But 30 years ago, we was in college together, and we've accomplished a lot. And it's not because we just so great, guys. It's because that we always make sure that we go hard or go home. We set our goals. I know one thing that we remind each other about is setting our goals. And there's 10 reasons I got today of why goal setting is important when it comes to success, especially online. All right, we're going to go into these 10 goals because when he comes on, I told you he's going to Minute Maid Park with it. He's going to take it over to Raptors. So look, the internet is somewhat a sacred place. Google, Facebook, and other platforms work hard every day to try to bring order to the chaos, but everything comes from connections of the content that we define as success on the World Wide Web. So you have to have goals. You have to put things in order because especially if you really want success. Now, you can be part of the ones who are in the stands. Those are the hecklers and the fans, like I said the other day, or you could be one of the players on the field. We want you to be one of the players on the field because you know what? It's not a lot of us out here, and it's room on the field because sometimes we have to take a break. That's why when we podcast and, we open up the door for other people to have their podcast. If you have a podcast idea, we would love to have you on the Success Express Podcast Network, and we will help you get your podcast to the masses and the people like we're trying to do. It's one day at a time. So look, number one, goals push you forward. Consider the baseball player. Baseball is a complex game of statistics and pointing to the significance of one player's contribution in a broad niche of situations. Let's say our baseball player is a slugger. Boom, he hits it over Mark McGwire style. You know what I mean? But his team continues to lose. By all accounts, the player is doing a great job, but he's not putting points on the board. He's doing a great job, but everybody's not putting points. Everybody's not coming together. But after all the scrutiny is determined, he the game is going well. Now the player who had no real motivation to improve his play is now, because of what this player is doing, he's being motivated to do the same thing. So what's happening is that this one player is because of his goal setting, it's inspiring the next player to set his goals. So now what happens is the team starts to come together and pushes the other team members forward. So guess what? They start winning. They start, it might take some time because it takes synergy. It takes synergy. You have to come together first. Nobody, the team is not always successful when they come together, but if they continue to put their goals together and press forward toward the mark, everybody will get the ring. Okay, one team, one dream, one ring. All right. Now, number 2, defining your success is essential. This example reveals an additional benefit of goal setting, the definition of success. Okay. This example reveals an additional benefit of goal setting, the definition of success. In isolation, our player is a success. He's a success by himself. He's a slugger, boom, over the rafters by himself, but he's not a team of one. Even though he has the highest number of home runs in a season, however, his team is not winning. Therefore, we establish a goal, the playoffs. And suddenly the player's job takes a new shape. Understanding what your aim is and how your goals will help you get there not only molds individual efforts, but it points all of the team members in the same direction. Defining your success is essential. You have to define your success. What does your success look like? Lindsay King, she comes on my show on Wednesdays. He's Wisdom Wednesdays with Lindsay King. Everybody watch next Wednesday. She was on yesterday and she hit it over the park. But she says to me, what does success look like for you, Edwin? So I thought about it. Gave her a text message. And you know what she did? She came back to me with her definition of success. And it was so amazing because it was right in the middle of what I had no idea that her definition of success now included me in there. I mean, it was amazing because now we're starting to synergize as a team. All right. Number three, goals hold you accountable. Okay. So our player begins working on his mental toughness. Okay. He plays loud music when he's in the batting cage. He keeps a journal of his performances and his notes mentally when things get rough so that he can fix his mistakes. Finally, his numbers improve and the team starts winning. This motivation to change, this extensive extra practice, okay? Extra practice. Did you hear what I said? I said extra practice. Sometimes you got to go the extra mile. All arose from a clearly defined expectation. Setting a goal for that individual player meant that. Setting a goal for that individual player meant that should he not improve, the organization could change his focus or make a personal decision. You know what that personal decision is. If you don't change, if you don't get yourself together, we're going to either have to let you go or trade you to somebody who may need your losing perspective. You see what I'm saying? You have to change your perspective. You have to start going the extra mile and maybe notating yourself and finding out what you're doing wrong. I woke up this morning and I apologized to my business partner. I said, man, you know what? I said, man, I ain't been going all the way in, because I'm looking at, even though it looks to others like, man, they doing it every day. I said, man, you know what? I haven't been going all the way in. And, he said, man, look, show up every day. Nobody is always on point, even when, it looks like it, some people just have that, just like have that magic where, you can't tell, you can't never let them see you sweat type of attitude, so, quickly he helped me get out of funk because, I'm sitting here saying, man, you know what? I can go harder. But, these people that I have on my team, they all do this. We all do this to each other. And I'm watching how this amazing team, I mean, I got amazing people on my team and all of us do this to each other. It's like we're sharpening each other. And we realize that, look, something better is coming down the road. So we got to sharpen each other. So that's why number four, I believe that's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, you need a measuring stick. This may seem obvious, But in all this work, the player and his team needed some way to measure the success. In our player's case, it was an esocentric statistic that pointed to a larger problem. By having some kind of standard by which to measure the progress, the team suddenly had a clearer understanding of the results of his work. You have to get a measuring stick. You have to have some sort of way to measure where you are and where you're going. And it takes some time. You got to sit back and think. Meditation is very, very good. I've started meditating a few years back, and I had to, because my mental life was going crazy after going through some life changes. And, I had to figure out how to get everyday win on track. You cannot be everyday win and you have a losing mindset. So, meditation for me started to work. And now this is a 5-year span. 5 years later, I'm doing the things that I meditated on. I'm winning in areas that I wanted to win in. So, it's just amazing how this is what my measuring stick was. What do I want to do and where do I want to be? How am I going to get there? I'm in Las Vegas. All my life. I remember 1996. I remember, sad to say, Tupac, y'all know what happened in Las Vegas. But, just all the things that were happening in Las Vegas. And I came here in my 20s and I was like, one day I want to be a Las Vegas entertainer. I want to be on stage in Las Vegas. I had done Houston. I had done LA. I had done the East Coast a little bit. I had been on stage with Six Flags. But you know what? I came to Las Vegas and I said, man, I want to do something in Las Vegas. And you know what? I'm here. I'm in Las Vegas, and I just got casted in a show on the Strip. I'm not going to talk too much about it right now because I want all y'all to come to Las Vegas and see me on the Strip. But you know what? I set my goals. I set them, and I got here. All right. Number five, goals inform action. Now, let's extend the analogy to your website. Let's talk about your website. Let's talk about your online marketing, your video channel, whatever media which you're measuring your success. Take a look at your team, and determining how each element can improve is an important step, because in order to move forward to your definition of success, you need to act. By developing goals for your channel, product, or content, you can determine what needs to be done about each component, if anything at all. All right, let me keep going because I got King Motivator coming up in about 2 minutes. All right, number 7. Is this 7, 8, 9, 10? No, I think number 6. All right. Goals set priorities. Furthermore, the process of setting expectation for these aspects of your online presence helps define what's important. All right. Ooh-wee. Man, the process of setting expectations. So you got to set your priorities and know that your priorities are what you expect for each aspect of your online presence. This helps define what's important. Okay. All right. Now I'm getting there. I'm coming. I'm going down the mountain now. I'm going down the mountain. I hope I'm on track. Let me see. That was number 6. Number 7. Goals communicate meaning. Ooh-wee. Goals communicate meaning. Whether you're working alone, working on a team, setting goals not only defines priorities and success, it communicates that information to others. That's the pregnant pause right there. Goals communicate meaning to others. So when you set your goals, you're actually telling someone, what. That's like writing the vision down, making it plain up on tables, so those who see it will run. And when they run, they go tell somebody. They either tell somebody, hey, look at what he's doing, or hey, don't look at what they're doing, because it makes sense or it don't make sense. But you want your goals to make sense. All right, here we go. Number 8, tracking progress is important. Big, lofty goals like social presence, or a world championship are admirable, but the best laid plans, if not monitored, can lead you off course. Little by little, and it'll eventually be all the way off. Okay, so you want to track your progress every single day, every month, every week, whatever it is, how you do it. Track your progress. All right, number eight, number nine, number eight, nine, whatever. All right. Recognizing progress is important. All right, when you recognize the progress. Furthermore, the path from A to B can mean tired minds and wanting enthusiasm. As you trudge along, it drags on. Having these smaller goals along the way provides cause for celebration. So you want to recognize the progress as you go. Small goals, small goals. Clap people on for the small things they do. Clap your team on. It might be small, but you know what? The small things lead to the big things. All right. I made it. Number 10. I think we're almost here. King Motivator's coming up, right? In a few seconds. All right. Number 10. Goals help your morale. Goals help your morale. Goals help your morale. All right. So you know what that means. When you set these goals, it makes everybody feel good. It makes the team feel like winners. It makes everybody feel like an everyday win. And with that said, guys, you know what? That's why we are here. We are here because we want you to win. And we want to thank all of our sponsors who help us win every single day. Because, you know, right around here, we dream big, y'all. I'll be back. King Motivator.
Yeah, I'm Disco Joe. And it's for everybody out there that's chasing dreams. Come on, yeah.
Dream big, dream big. I can't help it, I do everything big. Dream big, dream big. I can't help it, I do everything big. Reach for the stars, shoot for the moon. When you work for it, all your dreams come true. That's why I dream big, dream big. I can't help it, I do everything big. I learned the sky's too low to be the limit. Disco Joe, yeah, I'm always winning. Courage in my heart, so I can't be timid. Every other week, find me in another city, doing my dance, making big moves. When you work for it, all your dreams come true. People around me always asking how I came up. Quitters never win, so I never gave up. Dream big, dream big. I can't help it, I do everything big. Dream big, dream big. I can't help it, I do everything big. Reach for the stars, shoot for the moon. When you work for it, all your dreams come true. That's why I dream big, dream big. I can't help it, I do everything big.
Man, I tell you gotta always set your goals. And this young man right here, he's always helped me set my goals. He's always helped me measure my goals. And we often look back on where we came from. And you know what? We've come a long way. So I'm so blessed to have him. This is Thrive Thursday. I'm bringing on right now, introducing the some, presenting to others, my man, King Motivator. Are you there, King Motivator?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, man. How you doing this morning?
Hey, man, production as it is, man. Got to continue putting out good content.
I love it, man. Well, you know, we talked a lot about you. We talk about you here on our show every single day, play these videos, man, and so blessed to have you live here. I'm talking about, you heard what I'm talking about, man, but I know you got something for us, and you're going to tell the world about what you got, man. I'm going to give it to you. It's your show. Thank you for coming on, and we'll see you in a minute.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me. You know, let me tell you something. First of all, everybody is watching. I do want to say that we are all challenged with, you know, some of the same things, which is continuing to be internally motivated as well as externally motivated. And I think that one of those aspects is kind of passive, because we're always externally motivated, but that is not what can get you over the threshold. The external motivation is cool because it's motivated by things that are external who you are, you know, something that you want, something that you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to learn, things of that nature. But truly getting to that particular finish line, it's going to take you to be internally motivated. And I think that if you're not careful, you know, you'll find yourself always being externally motivated. And then you'll find yourself being at a point where you don't have enough gas in the tank. And that means, you know, internal motivation. See, internal motivation is this plight that you must continue to be able to feed yourself daily in order to be able to push yourself forward. You know, I think that 100% of people are externally motivated, but less than 1% truly brings it to life, which is that internal motivation. And you have to be very cognizant not to be able to get caught up, on an aspect of just being externally motivated. The biggest thing you all need to do is really try to figure out what is that thing that continuously makes me be stuck. See, getting unstuck is a very, very powerful thing, but you got to change your mindset in order to be able to get unstuck. You got to change some of the things that you're doing, your regimens, the things that you're hanging around. I always say the stuff that you put yourself around are things that, subconsciously contribute to who you are. And I always say keep things around you that is conducive to what you're trying to have. See, a lot of people continuously, you know, always desire but don't have what it takes to continuously push through. That is a huge concept, and I want to talk to you all about it today because I really want to get in the grains of why some people stay where they are. Some people will be at a point where they talk themselves into an idea or into a situation or into a thought process that they become excited about, and in that same thought process they will talk themselves out of it. This happens continuously every single day. Well, let me tell you something. You are what they call a living organism. And being a living organism, every single thing you come in contact with contributes to your being, whether you want it to or not. So you have to protect this being. This is your first order of business. I always, tell people that, you are an entrepreneur initially because you own this business. You want to get another business started, but you're not good at this business. If you're not good at this business, then you're not going to be good at that business. So this is your first order of business. Remember when your grandmama used to say, mind your business? They were talking about you. They weren't talking about information. They were talking about you. Mind this business. If you can mind this business, keep it organized, keep it understood, take care of it, because this business here can take you very, very far before any other business can. But if you don't have that mind, body, and spirit, then the one thing that you will do is find yourself always chasing, but you're neglecting your first order of business. Let me tell you something. One of the regimens I do every single morning, the first thing I do when I get up, after using the restroom, of course, I go and listen to something positive for 15 minutes. It's the first thing I do, and only because this being is about to be attacked in so many different ways, good or bad, throughout this day, because I'm trying to make every day progressive. But the first thing I do is I listen to 15 minutes of something positive. If you don't know what it is, right now we have it at our fingertips. Back in the day, you had to figure out other ways, but you have it at your fingertips now with this thing, right? So you can just put in the word motivation or positive information inside of maybe YouTube or Google. And the first thing that comes up, just don't even look at it, just tap on it. Because I always say what's for you is for you. It's not for anybody else at that moment. What's for you is for you at that particular moment. And then go ahead and just listen. Make sure you're at a point where life is curated to be just at a stalemate, and let your ears cure that particular mode of wherever direction you're about to go. Because what that does is it fills your cup up. And as it fills your cup up, you will find yourself, when faced with some type of adversity that day, your mind will already be in the motion of being able to try to see the positive or try to figure out how to navigate without allowing something external yourself to control who you are and how you make decisions. See, we have a tendency of being able to do that, because we have a lack of self-control. And lack of self-control sometimes is deemed by being seen, in the midst of adversity. So if you find yourself in an adverse situation where you allow something external to you to be able to control who you are, then technically you have no self-control. I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute because I think some people might miss that. If you allow something external yourself to control your decision making, then technically you have a lack of self-control. I'll give you a subtle example. We'll give one that's negative. Let's say somebody cut you off driving on your way to your destination. You feel like it has gotten under your skin. You need to say something, or you need to react in a way that's probably out of the character of what you're trying to be. And you have allowed that person to be able to reconstruct your moment to where your decision is going to be made, not necessarily off what you should be doing that's conducive to what you're trying to be or have, but you're going to react in a way where you gave power to something or someone else in order to dictate the outcome of your moment. We'll let that marinate, man. There's some gems, man. I'm gonna let that just kind of sit there. See, one of the things I had to work on my own self is to always be in a habitual thought process of when certain things that happen to me by something external of who I am, 9 times out of 10, it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with that other person because their insecurities in whatever mind state or space they're in causes them to be able to react a certain way in order to, come at my space a particular type of way, and then I react just as adverse. That means we got a lot of work to do continuously in that arena. I'm not as weak in that arena now. I'm working on some other aspects of who I am. The other thing I want you all to be able to do is to stay full. Some people ask all the time, like, man, how do you continuously? I think, me and Edwin Victory talk about this quite often. How does a person stay full of motivation daily? Well, staying full means you got to treat it like you're eating. I always say, if you're not eating the right foods, how do you feel? You feel bad, right? But you eat every day. But eating the wrong foods make you feel a particular type of way. Well, it's the same thing with motivation. If you are eating or digesting the wrong information or no information at all, then 9 times out of 10, to be able to stay motivated, it's going to be very difficult. This is why I've developed the regimen of waking up every morning, listening to something positive. It's just a habit. It's what I got to do. It gives me balance. It gives me understanding because that you don't know what you're going to run into that day. You don't know what adversity. The days, weeks, years, months, decades, they all start with the 4 T's: trial, tribulation, triumph, and testimony, in that order. And if you have not figured that out, this morning is just getting started. At some point, you will have that trial. And right after that, you're going to have a tribulation. Somewhere in the middle of that day, though, you're going to have a triumph of where you've overcome those trials and tribulations. And then the testimony part, yeah, you'll be doing that just on a casual conversation with somebody on the phone on your way back as your day starts to retire, right? Talking to your homeboy, your homegirl, your mother, your sister, your daughter, your wife, whoever. You will be speaking with someone, telling them how your day was. And your day is now a testimony. And it is so powerful that you have no idea the person that you're talking to had their own set of 4 T's. And guess what? Your testimony now created hope, and vice versa. See, the biggest thing about life, y'all, there is no instruction manual to it. And there is no instruction manual to this life thing, so much so to mean that in order to be able to truly navigate it, you have to be in the right mindset. This, what we're doing right now, is mindset maintenance. You have to maintain your mindset and continue to grow it. Because remember, the moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. I need you to really understand how vital that is with who you are in your being. All of us want success, and we want it in so many different types of ways, not understanding that there's not just one route to success. There's not just one route. There are so many different routes, but the one consistent factor is that everybody has a shared value of, whether you have $1 billion or $1. You have to fail your way to the top. So if people are paralyzed because of fear, and the fear is perpetuated by thinking about failure, then my whole motto is get to failing. Because if you go ahead and get to failing, it's going to get you where you need to go. The part of the being, though, is that in the moment that you don't get to failing, that means you're not doing anything. And it means you have decided to be able to quit. And quitting is not an option, not with this life thing. You have to be able to understand that you are put here for a reason. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think when people understand that you were born for a singular purpose, and the only way to be able to truly find out what that is to not be quitting. Is to not be trying. It's to not be walking by faith. It's to not be walking into your destiny. Because we all don't get a written manual of what it is. We just kind of start navigating. We don't really sometimes understand what our true gifts are because we are too busy developing, other things that we feel like, oh, I can do that. But you have bypassed what your gift is because you have not sat still enough in order to be able to recognize some of those flashes that have already occurred in your life that are truly your gifts. They say 99% of the world's population looks to retire. Less than 1% will die doing what they were put here to do. I'm gonna let that marinate too, because I think it's a lot of little nuggets here, man, we can take pieces of. 99% of the world's population, yep, 99% of the world's population. I'm kind of saying it like that because I want you to be at a point where you jot that down. 99% of the world's population looks to retire, but less than 1% will die doing what they were put here to do. Find out what your mode is, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to understand that you need mindset maintenance on a daily basis. God bless you and your family. And remember, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Do everything I would. One of the things I say is, that's my time. Now it's your time. Go be great.
Man, I tell you, where's the ball at? It's in the parking lot. It didn't hit some windows. I hear some cars, alarms going off. They're not only hitting I think it bounced off a couple of them and knocked some Minute Maid Park style. What about that? What about that story I told earlier, man? You remember that day?
Yes, I do, man. I remember very vividly, and it was a pretty warm day, and you were inside of that costume, and I just said, God, just don't let him faint. Don't let him faint. And if you decide to, make sure it's after we get off stage.
You sure was smiling. We was dancing like a mother.
Yeah, we were having a great time, man. And it's always a joy to be honest with you, man. It's always a joy and a bunch of fun to be able to see people smile, man, especially young people, because I always say that, that smiling and laughter is euphoric, right? It's great for the soul. And I think that as long as we all recognize and understand that, man, just continue to find some space in your day where you can truly smile. And you know what I say, man? Show your teeth while you got them. You might be putting them on the nightstand after a while.
Boy, you something else. Well, look, we talking about smiling and laughing. So you know what? We started this thing off some years ago, and helping children to win with Baby Isaac Crew and all this stuff. And I thank you for being a part of my life. But now we in Las Vegas, and we still making people laugh and smile. Y'all check out Mr. Boss.
Yeah, Mr. Boss, Extreme Comedy Club. My man Billy Bob, Las Vegas, baby, running things. Boss, I'm Mr. Boss. Never a loss. I'm Mr. Boss. Boss. I'm Mr. Boss. Never a loss. I'm Mr. Boss. I'm Mr. Boss, billionaire on the scene, stepping up on stage, yep, extreme. So won't you come here, come laugh with me, Billy Bob and me, and everybody on the scene. I'm Mr. Boss, a billionaire, Las Vegas, everywhere. And you know it don't stop, cause we're going to the top, and you know we never quit till the beat drop. I'm Mr. Boss.
Come on, ride with me.
Boss.
And you know we got that victory.
Mr. Boss.
Be where you wanna be.
Boss. Yeah, I'm Mr. Boss. And you know we got the thing though. Hopping presidential in the limo. All the girls singing Bossy got them ends though. Everybody wanna be my friend, no. Take the pictures everywhere that I go. Always calling Mr. Boss, always want me to do a show. And my dog, man, he golden got go chain, go hands, go feet. Now everybody know my name, I'm Mr. Boss.
And you know I'm rolling with extra cash. Red Lambo and I'm pushing on the gas. And you know we moving fast. Don't try it cause you're never gonna pass.
And we teaching all the kids STEAM. That's right, and we gonna teach all of them science, technology, engineering, arts, math, and teaching about that money cause you know they need it right now. Mr. Boss, and I'm never gonna stop. On the Success Express, that's how we ride. On the way, straight, big reveal, drinking Bella Sorella, and you know we keeping it real, Mr. Boss. What? Boss. I'm Mr. Boss. Mr. Boss. Never alone. Never alone. Hey, Boss.
Come on, ride with me. And you know we got that victory. Be where you wanna be. Extreme, comedy.
I want to thank everybody for watching the show today. You know, it's always great to have my friends on the show because, for one, you know, these are relationships that have gone on for years, and now we're all still helping each other. You know, they always say some people come into your life for reasons, some for seasons, some for lifetimes. The relationships I have built in my life, they feel like lifetime relationships. You know, we are, going into that halfway mark in our lives. So, you know, we make sure that we embrace each other, lift each other up. So I want to thank King Motivator. I want to thank Success Express Marketing Solutions, who has allowed me to come on this platform and build this network alongside of Mr. Kijana Owens. I'm so blessed to be able to do this. And, guys, I want y'all to come back every day. I want to apologize to everybody who went to wakeuptowin.today. You know, I've had the website for a year, and if you don't renew it, guess what? That lets you know how long I've been working on this program for a whole year. And today was the day where the payment decided to try to go through. So now the payment works. Thank God for King Motivator and his message, because they allow me to take care of some business. Pay your bills, guys. Pay your bills. You know what I mean? But I don't put them on auto payment for a reason, because I want to know that they're coming out. So look at here. I want to thank King Motivator for being on the show. How about that one, man? How you want your auto? I don't want to just pull no money out. Tell me.
Hey, listen, man. I ain't all the way there yet. I'm with you on that. I still got this manual process happening, but I do use the electronic stuff. But
Yes.
at that same time, I still need a little manual, tangible touch on it. I don't need people digging in and getting what they want when they want it.
It's too many of them. I'm telling you, man. I swear. Every day, I'm like, man, did they try to take some money? Did they try? What? Thank God. Oh, you sent the cash out? Okay, we're gonna make sure we put that in the savings. Because I'm gonna save a little bit. I promise. I made a post on Facebook yesterday. I said, it looks like I'm making more money, but the bills keep coming too. It look like I got more bills. I wish the little baby was
like offset. You just a middleman. You like, okay, thank you. Here, you take that. Okay, thank you. Here, thank you.
I want to shout out to my new cameraman, Kevin. He's an awesome young man. I mean, this guy right here takes phenomenal photos. So if y'all in Las Vegas and y'all need photos, man, we got a new photography department that's off the chain. I want to just thank Kevin for coming on. Very humble, very good guy, man. So if you need photography, we also travel. So if you need us to come to the East Coast, I'm sure me and Kevin can hop on one of those inventions called an airplane. Down the street, we hop and come to you. So Success Express, thank you for allowing us. King Motivator, thank you for being here. Hold on.
Thank you for having me.
Just one moment. I know you got a busy day. So check it out, y'all. This is Wake Up to Win. Every day we come here. Tomorrow, we got the great, my friend. His name is Stephen D. Cannon. He's going to come with Financial Freedom Fridays. Now, what what Stephen talks about oftentimes. Stephen talks about generational wealth, creating generational wealth. And I'm so proud of this young man because we started on the football field together where we were competing with two different teams. But at the end of the game, what we did was we brought those teams together. So you know what we said to them? We said, what you gonna do? They said, every day win, every day win. Every day win. I said, what you gonna do? They said, every day win. So I want you to say that too. I want you to say that every day. Look in the mirror and say, what you gonna do? Every day win. And think about your boy. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Financial Freedom Friday. This one right here for all my winners. And to let you know that you can win every single day. Come on.
The dreams start to chew. You gotta believe it all comes true. Now what you gonna do? Do you believe or you gon' fall victim to? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You gotta just try. Believe you can fly. Spread your wings and fly like an eagle, man. It starts when you have a plan. Then you can go real high. Shoot for the stars, now reach for the sky. Now what you gonna do? It's time to live your dreams, make them all come true. Come on, what you gonna do? I said every day win, every day win, every day win. I said what you gonna do? Every day win, every day win, every day win. What you gonna do? I said every day win, every day win, every day win. What you gonna do? Every day win, every day win, every day win. Now it starts with a plan. Write it down, don't you hear what I'm saying? And then when you see it, you gotta just believe it. You gotta keep going, don't stop till you achieve it. Now take it to the top, man. Go get it, cause you know that you got a plan. You can do it, you can do all things. When you believe, you can reach all your dreams. Now try, reach for the sky, shoot for the moon, hit a star if you try. Now you're flying, then you will see that Christ said all things are given to him who believes. Come on, what you gonna do? I said every day win, every day win, every day win. I said what you gonna do? Every day win, every day win, every day win. What you gonna do? I said every day win, every day win, every day win. I said what you gonna do? Every day win, every day win, every day win. You gotta practice every day and never stop. If you wanna be the best, the one on top, turn up the fire, intense. Now shoot that shot all net off the bench. Home run, grand slam, bring it in. Touchdown, Super Bowl, you win. Now do it for the team, inspire others. Now look at the camera, say hello to your mother. Don't let it go to your head, cause you're a superstar. I always remember who you are. Humility, now that is the key. Fly high, be all you can be. Come on, what you gonna do? I said every day win, every day win, every day win. I said what you gonna do? Every day win, every day win, every day win. What you gonna do? I said every day win, every day win, every day win. I said what you gonna do? Every day win, every day win, every day win.